In this video, I'll explain GPTs used in ChatGPT 5. Now, I noticed when OpenAI released version 5, there's really not a significant change in the GPTs, but I wanted to show you how to create a GPT inside of ChatGPT 5. Now, you may be wondering, what is a GPT? Well, think of it as a way for you to take all of your best PDFs and place them all together in a manner that ChatGPT could search those PDFs and provide answers to your questions about that topic. So I'm going to show you an actual GPT that I've already created. You'll see all of my GPTs over on the left. So let's go to the Georgia County Government GPT, and to access a GPT you've already created and see what's inside of it. And I'll show you how to build one from scratch in a minute. But I thought we would first look at one that I've already created. So if you look inside this GPT, you'll see the name of it here, a description, instructions. This is just where I'm telling ChatGPT what this is and why I created it. And then you'll also see the PDFs that I've uploaded to the GPT here. Now I've only got 3 that I've loaded here. I'm going to load another one, so let's do that now. I say upload, I'm just going to my desktop and pulling this down. So it's now uploading this additional county financial statement. And now why am I doing this? Well, I do a lot of work with county and city governments in Georgia. So if I have a question about a certain disclosure, say I need a sample capital asset disclosure, I can ask ChatGPT to create that for me based on these sample financial statements. So I could load 10, 15, 20 PDFs in this GPT, and then when I ask questions inside of the GPT, it's going to be looking at these documents to give me an answer. Now, I take a lot of comfort from that because I know what ChatGPT is looking at. If ChatGPT is just doing a general search, well, it could be looking in thousands of places. I want it to look at these documents. You can, when you create the GPT, specify which model you're going to use. I picked GPT-5. I normally do not check web search. You can if you like, but if you put a check there, it's going to look not only at these documents, it's going to search the web as well. And I just want it looking at the PDFs. So now that I've completed this background information, I can go and update the GPT, and it's doing that now. In a moment, it'll give us a screenshot saying view the PDF, the GPT. So there it is, view GPT. And now we see the GPT. Now if we look over on the left, we see a list of all of those that I've created. But there's the one that we were just looking at, Georgia County Government Accounting. So now I can ask a question or tell it to do something. So I say provide a capital asset disclosure example. And so it's looking at those documents, and now it's creating that capital asset disclosure example. And it's first giving me a summary of significant accounting policies, and then it's giving me the detailed disclosure that we would see. Now I notice it did not break out the non-depreciable assets. So, and this happens with AI. Sometimes you tell it to do something, it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do. So now I'm going to go back and say, rework this sample with non-depreciable assets separate. And if it does what I just told it to do, we'll now see an updated version with non-depreciable assets. And so just because you're using AI doesn't mean you'll always get the right answer. So you should always be curious and always look at what it's providing you to see if it looks okay. And then just tell it. If it doesn't do what you expected, tell it to do what you want it to do. So that's an example of a GPT, and now I want to show you how to create one from scratch. So you'll want to go here to GPTs, and once you are here, you're going to see My GPTs and Create. Well, we've already looked at My GPTs, and by the way, before I go on, ChatGPT creates tons of its own GPTs, and you can go look at those. This video is really not about that. So we're going to go on and create a GPT from scratch. And I'm going to call this Journal Entry Wizard. And it wants a description. I'll say assistance with journal entries and basic accounting. And I won't give any instructions. You don't have to do that. You don't have to have construction starters. So I do need a file or two. So I'm going to upload my book, Journal Entries Made Easy. And it's loading in the background. You see it there. Now I could again load a dozen PDFs about journal entries, but I'm just going to upload this one PDF in this example. And I'm unchecking these capabilities because I really don't want it to do a web search. I want it to look at that PDF. And now that I'm finished, and by the way, once you create, know that you can go back in like we did a few minutes ago and edit the GPT. So I'm going to create this GPT, and for now, I'm just going to share it with me. Now, if you're in a team environment, you can add other people on the team to share this GPT. And it's one thing to think about. If you're in a CPA firm and say you got 10 people in your department, as you create these GPTs, you can share these with the people that are in your department. There is a fee to have those additional people in the team's environment. But for now, it's just me, and I'll just say update. And it's creating this GPT for my use, and then it says view the GPT. So when I go here, I can now ask questions of that document I've just loaded. So let's go down here and ask what is a trial balance and how does it work in accounting? Now in the book I explain trial balances, so it's looking at my book and then it's providing this answer based on that PDF. So can you think how this might be a benefit to you? I bet you can. So whether you're a bank auditor or you're an SEC auditor or you're a nonprofit auditor or accountant, pick any topic you want, create the GPT, and then at any time you can go back into your GPTs and ask questions in regard to those really nice PDFs that you've uploaded in the background. So I hope you'll consider how you can use this as a CPA or an accountant, because I found it to be extremely powerful in the research that I've done after I've created the GPTs. So that's what the GPTs look like inside of ChatGPT 5. give it a go. I think you'll like it.